Hey guys, good evening and welcome back to some more Animal Crossing GameCube here. I'm Minecraft Mike, and last time we spent over the course of 3 episodes or so getting our town set up, moving into town, doing our job, and then checking out what April Fool's Day had in store for us in the world of GameCube. And I know if you talk to the villagers, and I found this out like later, some of them will just tell you little pranks, but it's nothing more than the main characters do, and I think it's more beneficial to see the main characters. I wasn't going to spend all day running around to all the smaller characters, but I've been just, I played a little bit afterwards. I did go stop by KK that night since I ended up playing for like an hour or so, just running around town. Got ourselves another song, Comrade KK. You'll see KK shows in the future, don't worry about it. Some stuff to sell, and I was digging up some fossils and some gyroids. And then I also went by the police station, and we have a red sofa. Whenever you start in Animal Crossing, the police station or the lost and found or the recycling bin, depending on what version of the game you're on, will always start with one piece of furniture and 2 shirts. So this is actually only in City Folk Wild World and the original. The Big Dot shirt, a red sofa, and the spring shirt. I didn't actually know what the spring shirt looks like. And it doesn't really look very much like spring at all. And the big dot shirt is actually what we have on the background here. So you can change the background of your interface. So for instance, if you grab this and drop it down here, that pattern then goes on the background, but that looks like Christmas time, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to put the big dot shirt back where it was. Let me see what the paw prints look like. Oh, that's cute. But I don't want to be polka dotted. So we're not going to... I have 2 big dot shirts now. So we're going to leave the paw print shirt. Maybe we'll buy another paw print shirt from the catalog and put that on in the background. But you can only do this with shirts. You can also do it with patterns, though, I believe. If we open up our pattern interface, we can test this out, actually. Maybe you can't. Okay, you can't do it with patterns. I lied. I think in the future games you can. But it just says GC in the background, which is an interesting template. And then if we go over to our bugs and our fish, I believe this is 40 fish and 40 bugs to catch in the game. Did I catch all of the bugs and all the fish in the last game? I think I may have caught all of the bugs, but in my first, years ago, I think I remember doing one of those. So Crazy Red's here tonight. It's after 6. In the evening after work, just ate some dinner. We're going to go try and find Crazy Red. Probably not going to have the money. 5 bells will not buy me anything. But as he says, in this version of the game, it is free to go into a shop. You don't have to do any special things, get a password, become a member, nothing like that. Just got to find him, show up, and we'll see what he's got. Really just looking for paintings in NES games for the most part. Since I dug up my first fossil, again, as I mentioned this before about the Faraway Museum actually having to be the one to identify them, and I don't know why that was a thing, but it is. So now I can send them. They've been added as an address in my address book, so I can send them a letter, and I'll only need to do that. So I'm excited to start sending those off because those will quickly pile up. Because for some reason you can find more fossils each day than they'll send you back, so you'll end up with this huge backpiling of fossils. But there's not many in this game, so it doesn't take much to complete that. Notice board. Oh, come see the blossoms. Join us April 5th through 7th in the Wishing Well Plaza for the Cherry Blossom Festival. This 3-day event will feature lots of food and awesomeness. Come join us for this lovely celebration of spring. We'll have to check that out. Neighbors. I don't think we have a new neighbor yet. I just want to drop some of the stuff off in the house before we go see Red. The main purpose of this visit is for Red. So I got KK Love Song in here now, so we'll go ahead and I'm going to leave that one as the one plain, but I'm just going to put this inside because that's a terrible song. So you can see there's a lot of songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's a lot. I've never got I got all the songs in New Leaf, but that's because you can buy them at Nooks. I haven't got them otherwise because think about how many Saturdays that is. Because I think there's more than one for each day of the week. So yeah, I didn't play yesterday because I do work on Sundays. My work weeks are a little shifted. But I will be able to play later in the week. I just want to hop on real quick. I probably won't play tomorrow, but I'll hop on later in the week for my weekend to see the Cherry Blossom Festival. But enough of this. Any of these other things I wanted to keep? Well, I guess we can drop him in here just for the heck of it. Oh, I tried to go all the way around. He is not awesome. Sorry. Interesting. So we're going to take these because I bought that table that was in the store on the first day. So then I can put these NES games on it. Bloop. And then I bought Modern Tile. We're just going to drop that in here for now. We're also going to, I'll hold on to these. I'll hold on to those. What's this? And that red sofa, which I don't have the spot for it right now, so we're just going to hold on to it because I might want that. Item storage in this game is probably the only weakness. If you've played this, you know. You don't have these big storage drawers like you do in the other games where you can put in like 100 items. Well, not that many, I don't think. But it's a little limited with how you can store things, and we'll figure that out later. But just like in most Animal Crossing games, when you just start out, you don't have very much space, like you know, except for a New Leaf because you have the locker at the train station. But in the other 3 versions of the game, you don't have anything at the start, so it makes it a little bit trickier. So I'm actually really just here for red. That's our sole purpose today. A short clip. So really we're going to go to, oh, I don't have a bug net. I'm just like looking in case I see him along the way, but otherwise we're not going to run into him unless we go to Copper, and he'll tell us where he is. I'm still learning my way around town here. And I should have gone up. Well, we'll dig this up while we're here. Do-do-do-do. Because I got to go all the way back up. Which was, yeah, so I already know where that new bridge is going to go. It's going to go down so when we're fishing in the ocean, it's much easier. Because we don't need an extra bridge up here. So I'm assuming there will be an option to put a bridge at one of these 2 acres down here when we get to that point in the game. The darkness is suspicious. Officer Copper. Tell me what's going on in town. Acre C4. C4 explosives. He must have some explosive deals or objects for us. So that's actually just up here. He put his tent down right next. Okay, not right next, I guess, because it's actually up a level from the police station, so he can watch the cops. So the best part of this is the black market, because that's what this is, except for black is crossed out in red because it's crazy red. So this is like his little red market, and he doesn't want you to know it's a. Okay, anyway, I'm done. I guess he can creep on the police to know when the police are doing a patrol, so he can disguise his business. So I saw your flyer, and that is what brings me through your door. It's exactly right. So if you have a selection of merchandise and you're telling me it is my lucky day, we are going to have a blast here. So he'll lead me inside. Actually, he won't. He like guards it. And now I go inside. So look, it's garbage for sale. A super low resolution dice stereo, which I want nothing to do with. A green closet and that country guitar. So there are some items, like I think almost every series has at least one item that if you want to complete the whole scene, you're going to have to get it from Crazy Red, or unless you get it from a gift from somebody. So I'm going to be too lazy and look this up because I don't have the money to spare, but normally I would probably look and be like, oh, this green closet is the one green item that you get from Reds. So the rest of those you might get from Nooks. So I don't know if any of those are Nooks items or any of those are Reds items. I don't know. Just use a guide. I have the actual guidebook, which, oh my gosh, how did I forget this? I own, a couple years ago, because I saw it on sale on Amazon for like a really good deal, I bought the Animal Crossing GameCube Nintendo Power Guide. Because remember when you used to sign up for Nintendo Power, it was like if you paid for the year, you could pick one free game guide to get, and people would got Animal Crossing. But what are these shirts? Ew. Ew. What is that? What is this shirt? What is this first one? Yellow? No, okay. So yeah, that's a thing. And I have the original one. It's in really good condition, and I have read through the whole thing myself. And I've got guidebooks for all the Animal Crossings. I played Wild World for like a year or two, and then I remember for Christmas my aunt bought me it because she was big into Wild World too. And I remember loving that guidebook to death. So I got one for City Folk, but I made the mistake of buying it too soon to when the actual game came out. So I ruined it a little bit. But New Leaf, I waited some time to get it as well. Oh, I believe this would be the Happier Home Academy. Now, it's not very difficult. All you have to do is arrange things in your house with a little style and a little flair. And on occasion, the Academy will judge your interior design skills and you'll get the results in the mail. All I ask is that you try to boost your score as best you can. Yes, this is not so much to request. So how about it? I know what it is, so leave it to me. You have to join. It's not an option. All right. Yeah. We got the deal here. All right, Nook. Oh yes, this is back before you can design furniture. I'm thinking into New Leaf. You know, you get the one Econo chair and then you can change the color. But this is back in the day where the green, yellow, and orange or red were all three different furniture items in the game. So I'm not going to purchase that. A smog shirt, a candy cane umbrella, or I don't know why he has that in store this time of year. But he does have a bug net, and I know we have enough to sell to probably buy that bug net. So a frustration players may have in the start of GameCube will be with purchasing new tools. So in this case, the first tool that will always show up in your shop will be the shovel. If you're making a brand new town, it's always going to be a shovel every single time. And unless you make a big purchase at the store, nothing new will show up. So if you buy that shovel and then you're like, I don't like the furniture, I'm not going to waste my starter money on it, well, guess what? There's going to be a shovel tomorrow. You have to make a purchase in the town, and yesterday I bought the flooring and the piece of furniture. So now we have the bug net in store, because otherwise it's just going to keep showing up. So I'm not sure because I think sometimes the fishing rod can actually show up first, so that now I think it just kind of depends after you purchase that first one. But don't quote me on that. I'd have to take a better look. I'm not going to buy this furniture, so we'll see if like the next couple days we play in the Cherry Blossom Festival, if the bug net will show up instead, or the fishing rod will show up instead of the bug net, or instead of the shovel rather. The shovel is always going to be there. So that last item won't show up until you actually purchase some things. So we'll go ahead and buy these flowers just because. And there are 120 bells in this game. I believe there are only like 80 in the other versions, or 60 bells or something. Maybe that's the saplings. Maybe they are this expensive in the other versions. All right. We're going to need some paper to mail these fossils off. Winter paper. We'll go ahead and buy that. And we'll go ahead and check out our catalog as well. I'd like to buy another puppy dog for our background. I think that'll fit for this time of year until we get something more summery. Here for the spring will be good. So here's the catalog in this game. The usual stuff here. Okay, yeah, we'll buy this paw shirt. The only exception different in this is you can order tools. It has a whole section for tools and items, but that's because this game has a better selection, although they did start to bring that back in New Leaf. Again, New Leaf went back to the roots of the original game a lot more. But it did. In this game, there's lots of other items you can hold, like balloons and pinwheels and fans and such. So those are all orderable. So you get those, and that's why it's kind of like an option in there. That's why they have that whole separate section of stuff. All right, so I'm going to play these by my house, but I think that is going to be about it. I will mail these fossils off. I guess we can go ahead and do that together, and then that will be it for this episode. Next time, we're going to have the cherry blossom stuff. So we'll write a letter. You can see we now have museum in our little separate front page, where that will be where there's other, like the other players in your town if they do move in. So gyroids won't show up unless it's rained in your town. They'll show up the day after it's rained. I only been finding some gyroids because the very first time you start a town, you'll have your, I believe it's 4 fossils a day, but then you'll also have your 2 or 3 gyroids scattered around town. So when you first move in, you'll have your gyroids, but then you won't see them again unless it's just recently rained. So I think there's still some more around town. I just haven't found them yet. I didn't really look that hard. Pluck the weeds. We got 2 rocks right there. I was thinking, oh, one of these is a fake. I'm ready to crack it open like a gem. But this is also not E+, that will allow you to break one of them and go visit Rossetti. Oh, we haven't met Phyllis yet. Man, Phyllis comes in on the early shift in this version of the game. I'm pretty sure in the other version she doesn't come in until like not 9 or 10, or I guess it's after 7 now in the game, but I was pretty sure she didn't arrive until later, like 10 or something, at least in New Leaf. She works like 10 to 7 or whatever. But I guess they might have split it up. I bet you they split it up 12 and 12 in this version of Animal Crossing. It's probably 7 to 7. So when Phyllis and Pelly switch. But yeah, you have to mail 1 letter at a time. That is one painful version of this game. The interface is definitely lacking a little bit. Mainly because you don't have the touch screen to drag things around easy, or the Wii Remote to point and click and drag easy. So you have to use the controller. So, but yeah, that is going to be it for this episode of Animal Crossing GameCube. I'm sorry this was short, but it was sweet to the point and was a quick update with you guys. So thank you for watching. And I will see you guys very soon for the Cherry Blossom Festival.